coming up on HRTV Rewind.
Elephants will score a very game victory today.
What in the heck are we thinking?
That's what I'm asking you, Barry.
And Spectacular Bid Boulevard.
He's back! Animal Kingdom!
It's a pretty courageous effort off the layoff. She got really tired the last part, but kept fighting. So, you know, I think the 6.5 will suit her much better.
What the Viscount is, Viscount Nelson in front of El Basil, drawing to the judge.
Magical feeling, a late burst in between horses.
And the wonder from down under wins again. Black Caviar 19 straight from Haylist.
This is HRTV Rewind, taking a look back at the racing week.
It has been over 15 years since a Derby winner at Golden Gate has found himself in contention on the first Saturday in May.
Cavanier, the El Camino Real champion.
It has been a race dominated by guys with the name Bays and Hollendorfer. However, it has been won before by big-name shipping trainers. Pletcher in 2010, Asmussen last year.
Silver medallions coming on to score in the El Camino Real Derby. Jake's.
Big-name shippers are the story of 2012. Leperoux comes in knowing Daddy Best. And Alan Garcia will look to get lucky for Graham Motion and Team Valor. The El Camino Real may be giving a dose of Derby fever to connections looking to move on.
Let's chat a little bit about Saturday's El Camino Real Derby. You have two horses trying the Tapeta for the first time, and they look to me to be the most solid. The one Daddy Knows Best, and then a Florida Palmetto shipper, Lucky Chappie for Graham Motion. Do you think this is kind of a springboard for Lucky Chappie? If he wins on the Tapeta, it's a much shorter trip than Dubai. Would that spring him forward to maybe a ship to Maidan?
Right. Well, you just mentioned two horses, Daddy Knows Best and Lucky Chappie. We're thrilled to have Steve Asmussen and Graham Motion participate in our race. And definitely it's given our race some relevance where people nationwide are looking at the El Camino Real Derby.
Describe the decision to go to Golden Gate with Lucky Chappie, Alan Garcia in the saddle.
What in the heck are we thinking?
That's what I'm asking you, Barry.
We actually wanted to run him in the cash call futurity, but he got a little sick. There was a virus that went through our stable, and it got about 3 or 4 of these young horses. He trains better on the Tapeta than he does the dirt or the turf. So that's our decision. He's a very tough, competitive horse. He's not much to look at. He's kind of weird looking, actually. He's got a bay body with some gray parts to it. He's got what they call a coon tail. It looks like he's a raccoon. He's not very big. He's got a great pedigree, but he doesn't look like his pedigree. The best thing about him is he's very tenacious. He will not let the horse outwork him in the morning. He's trained really well. The girl that's got him up there for us said that he loves the track. And we are looking for a very big effort today.
Daddy Knows Best is in the clear and Lucky Chappie descends on them. Unveiled Heat getting up along the inside. Lucky Chappie and Daddy Knows Best are fighting it out with a 16th to go. Lucky Chappie on the outside of Daddy Knows Best in a spine-tingling El Camino Real Derby that looks a dead heat. Could be either Lucky Chappie or Daddy Knows Best clear of Handsome Mike and then Unveiled Heat. The winning number is 1, Daddy Knows Best, beating 6, Lucky Chappie.
Ella Fitz goes postward in the Santa Maria field.
She's going to be a short price on Saturday, no question about that, and looking forward very much to seeing her back in action for Bob Baffert. Vision and Gold coming in fresh for Ron Ellis. It's a good race. Ella Fitz lined at 8 to 5. We see the bottom, Vision and Gold, the second choice at 5-2. But once again, Martin Garcia and Mr. Bob are going to be extremely tough here.
So impressive down the lane. You know this one is just going to get better. This was back on January 15th in the Paciana Handicap, and very, very impressive again. Martin Garcia making the most of it. I mean, he was the #1 guy. He still probably is, but they're starting to spread it out a little.
Baffert doesn't like to see his horses geared down at the wire, even when they win by open lengths, and so he likes to see them sticking with their business there through the wire, and Martin Garcia, you know, kept her to her task. She's going to be a short price.
She's one-dimensional, and I'm not going to change it. She just needs to get out there, and you know, sometimes it worked for her, and if they go too fast, it doesn't work for her. So we're sort of at the mercy of the other jockeys there. So she's one-dimensional. I'm not going to change anything. We're just going to send her out there and let her do her thing.
Garcia go on to win it clear. Downhill, Diva ran on. Fits in front by a length, being tested by Great Hot along the inside, Miss Metagong, and here's Vision in Gold, and Vision in Gold finishing gamely, but Ella Fitz goes on. Ella Fitz battles on past the 16th pole now on the inside, Miss Metagong, Vision in Gold on the outside, Ella Fitz hanging on, and Ella Fitz will score a very game victory today.
Dave, how special is it to have a horse named for your wife that just happened to pop into Bob's barn?
Well, I don't know, but it did, and it's been a great. It's been great ever since it came in. So we're elated, and it is ironic to have the namesake. So it's nice.
Is Bob a fun trainer to have?
Bob is a very fun trainer, especially when you're winning. Yeah, we've enjoyed a good relationship, so it's been great.
To me, the most exciting race of the weekend is on Sunday, the San Vicente. It's a big Derby prep, going 7/8, the 2012 debut of our Grade 1 Norfolk winner, Creative Cause, who was a very, very solid third in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Colts back at Churchill Downs. Drill has just gone off the cliff. I don't know what you can say about him. American Act is kind of a now horse, and here's Creative Cause over at Hollywood Park with Mike Harrington. Look how big this colt is. You know, I'm not a real big fan of the Derby Futures thing.
Sure.
Now, the first pool closed last Sunday. This colt closed at 17-1, Pete. Now, a lot of things can happen, and maybe 17-1 is considered by many not much of a price. But what if he annihilates him here on Sunday before he runs in the Santa Anita Derby? That 17-1 is going to be looking pretty nice. And if he wins out, in other words, if he takes the Derby here at 1 1/8, hey, he's going to be 9-2 or less on game day at Churchill Downs the first Saturday in May. So that 17-1 is looking pretty good.
The Harrington barn rests on the corner of Ancient Title Drive and Spectacular Bid Boulevard. Here is the guard of the training track. What are you doing, old man? It's time to get creative. For a cause. Hey, Gauzy. Hi. I've been told you bite. Is that correct? You're not a biter, are you? You're a lover. Look at this. I come to the Harrington barn. He's making me coffee. I get a... Oh, look. Look at Creative Course Cup. The tongue hanging out, Michael Jordan style. What's with the teddy bears, Mike?
Well, I'm just kind of a soft teddy bear.
He's got his Grey Goose Creative Cause blanket on. Black skies, but smiling faces. 1 on 1 are the instructions. Got that, Johnny? Pulling up on his 1 on 1. Looking fantastic. All smiles as he is done. Oh, whip toss. I give you a 5. All good?
Oh yeah, he was right here.
The boss is here.
Yeah.
He's gone quiet now in the back.
Okay.
He says he's a teddy bear.
He says he's a teddy bear?
Yeah.
He's a bear. Do you want me to tell a story or not? I don't think so.
The inside, let's get cracking. Homeward bound now and Drill the leader. Creative Cause coming to chase him home on the outside. On the inside, American Act is battling on gamely, but Drill the leader with 50 to go. Drill is in front. American Act battles back. Drill, American Act. Very, very close. Drill, American Act. Creative Cause was right there third, and let's get cracking a close fourth.
Yeah, I think I know that I was winning, but It looked like I was having more horse, and then he was waiting for company.
What do you do with him now that he's got back to the winner's circle?
Well, I'm just going to let the horse dictate, how he's doing and how he, comes out of it. So we're just going to enjoy this, and you never know.
Coming up on HRTV Rewind.
As long as we all end up in the winner's circle, that's how we get there. I don't care. I just want if he puts in that run on the turn, he should show what he's got today.
Here's Magical Feeling photoing for an upset in the Fritchie.
You're watching HRTV Rewind.
My original idea was certainly to go to Tampa. That was a very logical spot, I felt, for him. After I came out with that publicly, Gulfstream Park Management suggested that they would really like to have him run there, and came up with some ideas. And I said if something could work out for this weekend, it was certainly something that would be, that I might be able to go along with. And they've been extremely accommodating with me with training this horse at Palm Meadows. We've gotten on the turf a couple of times when I'm not sure under normal circumstances we would have been able to. So I certainly felt I owed them some gratitude there in that respect. And timing-wise, it's very good. It gives me 6 weeks to Dubai, which gives him plenty of time to get over the race, and Dubai is certainly our main objective. I really haven't had too much to do with it. I've spoken with Dan Bork about it, and this was something that they came up with, and I very much left the ball in their court, and Barry and I talked about it, and we felt that if they were able to get a race to fill, and obviously he's eligible for a 3 other than allowance race, which this is, we felt if they were able to get a race like that to go, certainly it made a lot of sense. It involves a lot less shipping than taking him over to Tampa. And my other concern with Tampa was we really wouldn't have had another option had things not worked out for next weekend. Had they had a big rainstorm or, and the turf had become very soft, I would have been worried about running him, and I really wouldn't have had a backup plan. So at least this gave me 2 options instead of 1. Everything's worked out well. We got a couple of decent works into him before he left Fair Hill. We got a really good base into him starting back in October. And pretty much since we got to Palm Meadows, we really stepped it up with him, and he's responded very well. And he's the best workhorse that I've ever had, bar none. He's an exceptional horse in the morning and was leading up to the Triple Crown. So that's never been a concern for him.
He's trained unbelievably well. He's basically done the same thing in most of his works, from about what would be the 5/16 pole on a normal track to just before the 8th pole. He puts in this incredible kick. He's thrown in a couple of quarters towards the end of his work in less than 23 seconds, and he's doing it in hand. He sure looks like he's ready. I think that 1-horse Royal Hill is going to make an early break and open up on this field, and I think he's going to be the horse to beat. I just hope we don't have a replay of Animal Kingdom's 3-year-old debut where he couldn't catch a pretty good horse in Powhatan County. But if he puts in that run on the turn, he should show what he's got today.
And here comes Animal Kingdom on the outside of Royal Hill. And Animal Kingdom roars to the lead again. He's going to be taken on by Monument Hill. It's Animal Kingdom in front. Monument Hill tries to run with him, but he cannot. He's back. Animal Kingdom by 3 lengths on the wire.
Talk to us. How is Force Freeze doing coming into the race?
He's doing great. He's doing great. He's been tearing it up in the morning. He worked 3/4 and 10 and change a couple of weeks ago. Worked in the easy half out of the gate in 47 last week, and a couple 58 and a 59, and he's ready to go. He's ready to go. So hopefully, like I said in the paper a few times, my only worry is the 7/8. But when they did the drawing, I got the 8-hole. I took a deep sigh and had much breath of relief.
Tell me, from the standpoint of coming off the 3.5 months, how fresh you think this horse is going to be. Will the outside post, the move to Paco, can you sit at all?
Well, I mean, if I'm sure you guys have watched his race that he won on Haskell Day, the Teddy Drone, and he sat. I mean, they went crazy fast. I mean, they went 43 and 55, and he drew away that day from Jerseytown, who's a Grade 1 winner. That's the kind of race I'm looking for. He sat off irrefutable. And like I said, I'm pretty much looking for the Teddy Drone type of race. Just come out there and stalk, and hopefully somebody goes to the lead. I mean, just watching some of his Dubai races, it seems when he gets to the lead, he kind of lollygags a little bit. Now, mind you, I think he's a much different horse than he was then. But I would much rather see him, stalk and pounce. Worst case scenario, like I said, I don't want to end up on the lead, but if we do, maybe he could just run them off their feet and just run away and hide. But that's not the way. Listen, as long as we all end up in the winner's circle, that's how we get there. I don't care. I just want to.
Force Freeze comes down to the 8th pole, pulling away by 2. Troilus, Captain Candyman Can, now third to the inside. One more 16th for Force Freeze as he pulls away. And Force Freeze dominates the Gulfstream Park Sprint Championship.
I think she'll appreciate the cutback in distance. I think a mile was really stretching her to her limits, and it was a pretty courageous effort off the layoff. She got really tired the last part, but kept fighting. So, I think the 6.5 will suit her much better. I think she'd benefit from an outside post if she could draw a good spot. I think that would be helpful. But she's pretty easy to ride. She'll be forwardly placed without having to have the lead.
Our Holiday Mood in front, Funny Sunny. Her Smile, Pika Slew right behind them. Belle of the Hall is next, a furlong to run. Our Holiday Mood, Funny Sunny nose to nose. Her Smile third, Funny Sunny. Our Holiday Mood on the inside won't be denied. Our Holiday Mood won the Hurricane Birdie. Funny Sunny second, Her Smile third, then Belle of the Hall.
Sees Pal on the outside. Pressured to catch up when Nicole H. has got a 2.5 length lead. Magical Feeling is in third. Nicole H. sees Pal continues to grind it out of the outside. Magical Feeling, a late burst in between horses. Here's Magical Feeling photoing for an upset in the Fritchie.
We got a plan with her to just let her relax, and get comfortable and make it run with her. And today, when we hit the half a mile, I started walking on and getting close because I know got a lot of horse under me. And she started to move, pretty nice and smooth. And soon I get to them, and I hit the top of the stretch, she gave me everything she got.
A determined Jiminator is roaring back for more, and Thunderlord to the center of the track tries to chime in late. Jiminator's got an extra gear. Heartbutte took the lead away from Jiminator, but Jiminator had plenty left in that final furlong. And Jiminator and Junior Alvarado to win from Thunderlord by 3.5 or 4.
He just doesn't let us down too often, and we were given a lot of weight last time in that race, and it took its toll, but a little bit more of a fair swing in weights this go round, and he got it taken care of.
Did you sort of tell him to go or just let it up to him, and what were you thinking, 25 and change?
Well, that was a gift. That was very nice. He did a wonderful job, and my only concern is just, keeping Ramon's horse to the outside of him. I didn't want him to do to us what we wind up doing to him.
Coming up on HRTV Rewind.
Down in the final 300 and Hayless clinging on narrowly, but now here comes the great mare, and Black Caviar raced up and she's gone past Hayless.
There's always the can you do it again, the second time with the exact same mating. Well, I'm about to try that.
You're watching HRTV Rewind.
Here's the news, starting off with Black Caviar. She deserves to be at the top of the news. She is looking for her 19th consecutive victory now. Peter Moody is considering entering her against 8 rivals in Saturday's 750,000 Group 1 Lightning Stakes. It's back at a distance of 5, so she won last time at 7. They're going to cut it back to 5. And despite the presence of Haylist, who's the horse who's come closest to repeatedly challenging her, they're going to run unless, he said, they make a last-minute decision that she's not quite ready in a quick turnaround like that, and in case they would scratch her in the morning.
And Haley's closest to the stands, the leader with Black Caviar. Buffering's under the whip and 3 lengths to Fox Wedge. Down in the final 300 and Haley's clinging on narrowly. But now here comes the great mare and Black Caviar raced up and she's gone past Haley. Schofield had to pull the whip. She's having a bit of a race, but Black Caviar is a length and a half in front. And the Wonder from Down Under wins again. Black Caviar 19 straight from Haley's.
So far, they're having a great 2012 carnival. If memory serves me correctly, they're somewhere on the high side of $2 million in prize money earned so far during the carnival. So, yeah, they are throwing fastballs at it, and they're having a lot of success.
Terry, what's coming up over the next couple of days? What can we look forward to?
Albastakia on Thursday night, and the Balanchine, the second race for the fillies and mares on Friday night. The Albastakia has drawn together a very good field. And then we get down to the Balanchine on Friday, which is the fillies and mares race, where First City and Mahbuba will clash again after their very close finish when First City cut Mahbuba down on the last few strides and won the Cape Verde.
Rio de la Plata's coming down the centre. Elbasil went up to Durbas at the 200 metres mark. Viscount Nelson's burst through in the centre. Rio de la Plata's not doing enough, but the Viscount is. Viscount Nelson in front of Elbasil, drawing to the judge, and Viscount Nelson wins. Viscount Nelson beat Elbasil, Master of Hounds, coming down the centre of the track, and 2 lengths away Dysphonia, who needs to pick up. First City went up to Ream. Mahbuba's coming down the centre. First City in front, but Mahbuba's gathering her in now. Mahbuba moved up to First City. Ream's still there on the rail, but Mahbuba takes the lead with 70 metres left to go. Forge is clear, and Mahbuba's too good. The Balanchine belongs to Mahbuba.
Of course, the Jockey Club has certain restrictions. The name can't be taken. Has to be 18 characters or less. And other than that, I hope that the fans are inspired to come up with some great names. We've already received quite a few that are really, really good. So I'm very happy with the prospect of having a name that reflects what we want to do here, which is to recognize Jess and the future with this beautiful little colt.
And for the winner that gets selected, a little bit of personal time with the mare in the foal on the farm is part of the package?
Yes, absolutely. And we have some beautiful facilities there, beautiful guest house, and we're going to entertain the person royally. So they can come and visit Rachel and the baby, and Rachel's friend Hot Dixie Chick and her baby, and all the other babies that are on the farm.
I think some people in the industry would be curious to know if you've made a decision to breed her back to Curlin this year, or will she try something different?
I think this year we're going to go to Bernardini, and you know, there's always the can you do it again? The second time with the exact same mating. Well, I'm about to try that. Actually, I have tried that with my Stormcat, who's gone back to Smart Strike this year. So we'll see.
That's all for Rewind this week. Here's a look at what's coming up next week on HRTV.
Well, that's going to do it for us. And the win continues.
Julio Canani impersonation.
For my partner, Arctic Joanne Jones, we're going to be taking off. That's going to do it for Race Day America.